Hello YouTube, this is once again Josh from the Pantek Brothers, and I am here today to actually start our official Let's Play series on Planet Coaster. So today I want to get in and start actually building something. In the last video I went over kind of the interface, all the game menus, kind of the basic workings of the game, and today I actually want to start a park and play through the building of one. I kind of want to play on Sandbox just to kind of get an idea of what all is available in the game, and I'm having a hard time deciding what I actually want to play as far as the location goes. I've kind of got a feel of the tropical, since kind of this base game scenarios that I played in the beta were around the tropical theme and the pirates. I'm leaning kind of towards desert because I haven't really seen what's available as far as that theme goes, like the western. So I think I'm going to go with that. Let's see. Pantek Park. So I hope you had a good weekend. As I'm posting this on Monday, so I'm just getting off the weekend. And this week is Thanksgiving week, at least here in the United States. So, pretty flat area to work with. You know, I kind of wish that you would have the ability to like decide where the actual park entrance is inside of this area, not just this default like street path into it. That way you could put it off like maybe on top of one of these plateaus, or maybe back in this corner. Anyway, so I'm thinking maybe I want to do some terraforming to this before I actually start building anything. I definitely don't like that it's just flat, and I can't decide if I want to go down or build up. I think I might see if I can do down. I don't know how deep this terrain goes, but I really want to give it this rougher, like layered, like gorge look. Before I start, I'm going to set it to always daytime and pause it. That way I'm not losing money month after month while I'm building all of this. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll build up. Let's do intensity and size up here. That's better. Maybe these big mountains. Almost maybe as an entryway. I may completely change my mind and change this later on. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, it's not getting there. I definitely want it to be more like layered flat. I don't know if... Nope. Yeah, undo that. Flatten top foundation. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Kind of like these plateaus. It's getting to be more what I'm looking for. Not so much carved hills, but more like Grand Canyon-esque. That everything's kind of like these flat layers. Actually, I wish they had flattened foundation opposite to build up these kind of plateaus, kind of like on the sides over here. And then maybe have some sort of like entryway here that has maybe some shops built into these walls, maybe like Adobe style, kind of built into the canyon walls, and then open up more to, maybe this will be where I could do some, what is that? Oh, a bird. Huh. That's funny. Pigeon flying out in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, sorry, got sidetracked. Squirrel. So yeah, these shops down kind of like a main street entryway, maybe leading to some open space where maybe some like a little like a western town, kind of at an entryway that has maybe some of the smaller, like let's see, like the gentle rides, more like family friendly stuff, and then maybe work our way around maybe to one of the other sides of these mountain plateaus to put maybe a coaster. It'd be kind of cool to see if we can integrate a coaster actually into maybe the mountain, goes in and out of like some holes or something like that in it. And then maybe work our way out to kind of maybe a gorge or something that's in the middle that maybe has a ride down inside of the gorge at the bottom, that they kind of have to work their way down, and like a pathway that goes down into that. And definitely need some kind of like steam train locomotive that works its way around the park. If you've ever been to Disney World in Central Florida here in Orlando, sorry, correct that. In Central Florida, common misconception, Disney World is not in Orlando. It's technically in Kissimmee, which is about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour south of Orlando. So if you've been to Disney World, you know that there's a train, and I actually haven't been to what is it, Disney World and Disneyland, the one that's in California. I haven't actually been to that one, so I don't know if they have the same thing where there's like a steam locomotive that goes around the outside of the park. It's kind of like a slow way to get around when your feet are tired from walking all day long. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue doing some terraforming over here. Maybe this will be where the gorge is. I don't know if we necessarily want to like continue it this way. I want to shape it. I want it to be kind of deep. I don't know how deep it lets you go, but I definitely want it big enough to put a ride in down here. So that's kind of the depth I'm looking for, but I definitely want it to need some more space to haul out some more area. That's getting that away. Come on, mate. this kind of flattened look. Yeah. I'm liking that. Yeah. Definitely. I think that'll work. Alright, so I'm gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave that for now. Can always come back to it. But let's work on getting some paths. What is this? Kind of like a... No. Stone. That's just gravel. Vinyl? No, definitely not vinyl. What's more Old Western? Cobblestone? A flagstone path? I think this cobblestone looks more old-timey than... Alright, so I need to figure out how in the world to get this to connect to the other side, because I don't want two separate paths. Oh, that's strange. Okay. So, coming towards this way. Yeah, no, stop. Aha! That'll work. And then we just come straight off of it from there into a larger path. Which... a little bit bigger. Straight out here. Let's see. How does that look? Not too bad. I wish I would have centered this gorge a little bit better in between, but it'll have to do. I'm not a super perfectionist when it comes to that, but we shall see. Alright, so let's add some shops. Do these... Huh. So these don't have the filters like the scenery does to filter it by theme. So you just kind of have to go into each food shop. So you got... Nope, that's not going to work. Same with that. Pirate. Sci-fi. Excellent. So it looks like so it looks like Western theme does not have any buildings of their own, and that you literally have to build them all. There is no like blueprints for a Western themed building. They have the pirates, the like fairy tale, the kind of Mediterranean Caribbean, but nothing Western for any of these, it appears. I really didn't want to have to build all of these by hand, but I guess I'm not really going to have a choice. So let's put some information shops. It's pretty much like the first thing you get in the park anyway. Let's do another one. Opposite. There. Oh, interesting. They're floating. Why did it do that? Yeah, that's alright. We'll come back and terraform or decorate around it afterwards. Let's see. Gift shop. Hat, fantastic. Just a memento. And loony balloons. How about... Huh. That's strange. Huh. Okay. Well, it's just odd that all the buildings by default are starting like above ground, and anyway, okay. We'll do gift shop, loony balloons. We'll do how about down here? And maybe we just do like a little western, like Main Street down here. Let's do custom building, walls, and see anything western. What do we got? Really? Wall pieces? None. Okay. How about wood? That'll work. So I can do a storefront here. We'll have to move that. See. So I'm not sure how much of this will actually end up being in the video live versus putting this into a time lapse. But we shall see. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. don't line up quite the same way on each side. Or do they? The same height? Yep. Okay. Very good. Now I need some sort of like roof flourish on here. I think actually I want to do that and put some sort of like that round one. Let's see. Seems a little tall, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll work. I'm not sure what kind of roof I want to put on this yet. Where is it? There we go. I may add another shop into this. That's why it doesn't look so like ginormous compared to the other one, but I'll definitely make this one a little smaller. I'll line that up. This is not wanting to go where I want it to go. Alright. Some of these snaps don't always go exactly where I want them to go. Or it doesn't feel like they do. Yeah, strange. There we go. The camera angle just seems weird. Doesn't always go exactly where you'd like. And it's still off. It's almost like the camera is dependent on the snap to the grid. Almost like it's dependent on the camera angle. So if you don't have the right camera angle, you can't get it to snap to the right portion of the grid. But there's that. Let's put the storefront on. And then maybe we just make this a smaller. Maybe we'll do like that here. There. That there. And then we'll need another wall piece. That there, and nope. That's gotta go down. Is that enough? Yes. Very nice. That'll do nicely. And I'm going to add another wall piece back here just so it... Oops. Excellent. It's coming along nicely. Maybe we can do like a little fake like porch with a little walkway that comes off of it. I don't know. Let's see. So these are obviously already going to be a little higher off the ground. I don't want them too large of a building. There we go. Bring that down. Gonna have to put one underneath. There we go. Interesting. So I completely messed that up. This was not even lined up with that other piece over here. There we go. Semi easy fix, I guess. This is a pretty big building. I definitely need to put another shop in there, I think. Same with the other side. I don't know what kind of buildings would be that large in Western. Maybe a bank or a jail. Maybe I can do like a second story that has like a balcony on it, so that it doesn't look so huge. But we'll see. If anybody has some suggestions, maybe just play this even longer than I have. I'd love to hear your experience building inside of this game. I definitely still consider myself a novice when it comes to that. But I absolutely love the piece-by-piece building that this affords you compared to like the stock buildings that you'd have in, you know, Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day. It definitely gives you the freedom to build essentially whatever you want if you have the time and patience and I guess skill level. Obviously all of mine look just like boxes right now, but hopefully to detail them out a little bit more. I'm not sure what I'm running out time-wise for this video. I didn't really look at the clock when I first started, but we'll definitely have to wind down here soon. Oh, I like that. Maybe put some kind of like, yeah. Is this a flat piece? No. Roofs. Because I'm still filtered by wood. But I like that. I wonder if there's like a wood trim that looks like that. If I remove that piece. Nope. I'm going to take these off. But these here. And just put a piece of smaller, or put like, let's see. Hey, it doesn't really work. Not the way I was hoping anyway. Maybe? So indecisive. I don't know. I'll come back to that and finish off the roofs. I need some sort of like large. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna use them, make them that tall. I want to do like half that size. So like this size. So it's not as ginormous. There we go. And then that piece. See, I think it looks cool when it's just connected, but I guess this could be pretty cool as well. I had it connect up like that. And then put a piece of wood underneath it. I don't know. Though the archway kind of like just disappears. So I'm not really sure. I may not. I may just leave it like that and just put another piece of still doesn't do what I want it to do. I don't know. We're going to call it for that for now. I don't really care for that. I really don't. You know what? Yeah. You know what? I think I may do it centered, so that's on either end of the building. And even though this isn't in the center, if I put a second one over here, make it a little more symmetrical. And then we'll work on putting the roof over there. So we got at least the facade. I wonder, can I go ahead and put some props down? Let's filter this by Western. Maybe there's some benches. Yeah. Put some benches down on either side. That's pretty cool looking. I like that. I think it's a good start. I like the Western feel so far. Let me know what you guys think. Put your comments below. Let me know if any suggestions you might have. I'd like to know some ideas maybe from buildings. How to put roofs on these, what type. I'm not really sure. And then maybe some ideas for scenery. Obviously what's there, but maybe some kind of creative idea that I'm not thinking of right off the top of my head. I think I would like to have like the train station start here somehow, and maybe come out of the canyon and do like across the town path and start going out and around here. So something like immediately they could get on. And just kind of add this cool element, kind of like a Western train station, maybe right here. If there was a way to add it in back here, but I don't. Maybe have it come through town and loop back into the tunnel. I don't know. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I hope this wasn't too incredibly boring. I may even make some of this into a time lapse and just talk over it. Give you some dialogue. But anyway, thanks for watching the first Let's Play of Planet Coaster. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you look forward to seeing what this kind of turns into, this Western theme park, the Pantek Park. So I appreciate, again, watching, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe.